Wow, what a great episode. Don't you agree, Evange?
I'm on the verge of tears.
Yes, I as well are on the verge of tears after watching episode 12 of Ijira Naide Nagatoro-san. But with a heavy heart, I must welcome you all to the final episode of Nagatoro Every Week. I'm Tectonic Improv, and this is my co-host, Evange. We already introduced you, so
I'm sad, man.
you
I
feel,
can't believe this is ending.
It feels like just yesterday we came up with the devilish scheme to record a weekly podcast about seasonal anime Nagatoro.
You can almost say we did it every week.
Well, I don't want to say something unsubstantiated and get called out for it, but you know what? Just for this once, yeah, every week. This one,
And what a 12 weeks it's been.
yeah. So I'm assuming you liked the episode.
I'll say it. This was my favorite episode of all of them.
Hear that, everyone.
Like by a wide margin. This was the best episode.
This episode was really good, and I think we mentioned last week that this would be the case. We called this pretty hard that this would be a substantial improvement over last week's episode, which I wouldn't say we got like huge pushback for our lukewarm opinions on, but you know, we didn't like it as much as most people did, and I think we can safely say we're in the majority again.
No, definitely. I think they definitely like front loaded like the last episode with like any like setup or like boring bits that would have been like a part of this one, and they just like it was just like hit after hit after hit.
They really went into it. I liked this one a lot.
Like especially we'll definitely get into it more later, but like I think they took a couple like artistic interpretations, or just like they did their own thing.
Yes,
to like
they did.
just like wrap up the episode, especially with like some of the last two bits in it
Yep.
that were just like spot on, cherry on top. I'm glad they did them. Yeah.
Well,
I think this episode like actually improves on the chapters that were in the manga.
without elaborating, I'll agree. But why don't we just get into this? Why don't we get into
Let's get right into it.
the events of the episode? So it just kind of picks up right where the last one left off, where Nagatoro and her goons, as well as Senpai, are concocting a scheme to defeat the class president in the Culture Festival War.
Yes.
And Senpai's plan is pretty much to just draw Nagatoro a lot, which is a good plan, I'd say. What do you think?
It's about the best he could do. It's obvious that at this point that like we've seen Senpai. We've seen that like he only really draws like boring, like still life, like a basket of fruit kind of stuff, and he's never really found like a passion. He's finally admitted to himself that he really likes and like he really likes drawing Nagatoro. He really draws something out of him when he does it.
Yeah.
And I really like, because we saw like the art that he drew like in the manga, but now we get to see it in full color. And I think it's really nice seeing it. Especially there's also like we see some art that like kind of appears and they show it in the background that doesn't show up in the manga, and I really like those too. If you saw those or you caught that.
I can't. I probably did and just forgot because I watched the episode last night. So you have it more fresh in your head.
Dear viewers, we had a little bit of a scheduling conflict, and I may or may not have just watched the episode as right before we started recording this podcast. But that's neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there. It just means you know. It just means that you know the ins and outs of this episode better than I might.
It's fresh. It's fresh right up here. And if you could see me, I'm pointing right at my head.
One thing I do want to say is It's not an episode of Nagatoro every week if I don't pull out some sort of personal anecdote, only tertiarily connected to this episode, and these murals he's drawing on, canvases, I believe, is what they are. I actually have one of those on my wall right next to I'm grabbing it right now, right next to my computer chair. It is much like how Senpai drew Nagatoro. It is of me. It is of me holding a painting. I'll post a picture of it. It'll be in the podcast. If you watch it, if you're watching this or listening to this, you can go to my you can go on this channel, and there's an entire room tour of my room, and I'll definitely point out this picture for you. It's just
Is the only connection here is just that you have a canvas picture of yourself?
I said tertiary. Did I not say tertiary?
I thought this is at least going to be like a story about like a school festival, or like a thing like you did when you were in school.
What the fuck do you think? I'm in school.
Look, I know we don't have like analogs to like Japanese like festival kind of things, but we'd have like a school fair kind of things at like my high school.
Well, your high school seems a lot more high rent than mine.
My high
stop
school
laughing at me!
He was pretty.
Stop laughing!
If you just wanted to flex on the viewers that you have prints of yourself, I mean,
it's
I feel
funny.
like you've probably already done that. It's very funny. It's extremely funny that it's a regular occurrence that people get you art of yourself as a gift.
And I don't think enough people point out how funny it is.
True, indeed. Okay.
Yeah, I have a couple of other notes, but they don't really seem very what was it, discussion worthy? Just talking about how like she doesn't deny that Nagatoro doesn't deny that she's Senpai's girlfriend in that one comment. I asked a question if Sakura was racist. I forgot.
Let's get into that. Why do you think Sakura's racist?
Why do you say like? What do you mean into that? For some reason I thought the way you said that made it seem like you were familiar with this like talking point. It's like there's no way.
No. I want you to get into it. I want you to explain.
So I at first I forgot why I would write this, but I remember now. It was like it's just like in like one of those not dream sequences, but like one of those sequences where they all like dress up. I guess she wore like a turban or something, right?
I know exactly the scene you're talking about.
I'm joking. All right, but first of all, let's get this out of the way. I'm joking. Okay, everyone, relax,
Okay.
Calm down. I don't actually think she's racist.
I thought this was like an offhand comment where you were like, actually, like, is there something weird here? Okay,
it's offhand. Okay. It's offhand, but it's in more of a
this is an anime original scene.
It is
in the original in the manga. She doesn't like. I think she makes like a comment about like let's pull it up real quick if I can pull up the manga page.
Viewers,
we're turning in honor so fast right now. You have no idea.
In honor of the finale of Nagatoro every week, instead of saying I don't remember what happened in the manga, but we actually read the manga. We read the manga in preparation, and specifically because I heard chatter online that the events are a little different in the anime version. So I decided to see how different.
Pleasantly different.
Yes.
But yeah, so Sakura just kind of makes a comment that's like an eye for an eye, lewdness for lewdness, and she just kind of like says it, and her hands are like kind of like her fingers are like
she's trying to be
together.
Gandhi.
I don't know if Gandhi said that.
he didn't say anything about lewdness, but there's that one quote where he's like, "An eye for an eye leads the world blind."
I don't know if I don't know if that's. I think that's more of like, is that like a Hammurabi's code thing? Eye for an eye?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. But no, she definitely like they really like they like play it up, and they show her being like, I think it's definitely like a Buddha kind of thing is what they're trying to show her as.
Right. I can't believe. Again, didn't expect that to spark as much discussion.
Look, this is the finale. You think 30 minutes is gonna cut it for this episode? I'm dragging this out.
I gotta go to bed, Avange. I got work in the morning.
You think you got work in the morning?
Ugh. We have work in the morning.
Damn right.
Another thing I want to ask you, based on like the events of this episode, like the class president. God damn it! I call her that again. The art club president.
Yes.
Who she doesn't have a name, does she? She's just Prez?
She's just president, yeah. I think he just calls her Prez, yeah.
Okay. They should give her a name. But,
do we know, spoilers for the manga?
No, we don't know her name.
Relative.
We don't know her name.
Her name either?
Nothing.
Okay.
Say nothing else.
Okay, nothing. Fine.
We don't know her name.
Okay. I want your opinion on something then.
Okay.
Nagatoro's like expressions, do you think they knocked them out of the park in this episode particularly?
They kind of killed it. Very it was just everyone's expressions. Even
everyone's, yes, but like there's like multiple, like a lot of points in this episode where it's like she's like embarrassed but happy but also embarrassed, and like we like see like a single expression in the manga that shows like obvious embarrassment, but like showing her like going like wavering in between like actually like the happiness and then like the tsundere is super cute. It's adorable.
We have so many choices for thumbnails. I think we're just gonna collect a bunch of pictures and make it a collage.
I think there's no contest for what the thumbnail is for this episode.
Oh,
I mean, you'll know as soon as I link it to you after this episode.
Okay, sure.
Viewers,
sure.
I guess there's not going to be a surprise because you're going to see the thumbnail before you even listen to this. But
not if I change it.
That's true. Drop the video mid. What's like the peak for what a YouTube video like peak viewership after dropping? Like
for
30
me,
minutes,
never.
Something like that. We're not that kind of channel.
We like to have fun here.
Like to have fun here.
But all right. So the club president. You know, she's the third year, so she's been at this high school for a long time. I'm pretty sure she's just kind of always been like this, and you know what I mean by like this.
Absolutely.
Do you think she has like a sort of reputation in her class for being like the way she is?
Definitely, absolutely. She's like what? She's like headstrong. She's very like about her ideals, like die hard about like her like being able to express herself. She's definitely like done some sus haha amogus in front of her class.
No susses this episode, not one sus.
Nagatoro said Sosune, and again it hit me like a truck.
Sosune.
I'm poisoned. The goblins are just like up there and they're not going away.
Yeah, the rent free. Yeah, I just there's all these like weirdo characters in this show or in this manga, and you never see any other characters or most of the time anyway besides our main cast. So it's just fun to imagine that like there's an entire other world. Like this is a whole school. There's so many people here.
Like a spin-off like side chapter following like a day in the life of the club president. Okay, I thought I said student council president therefore, but
you got it right.
Almost caught myself. Yeah, I scared myself though. The club president, a day in her life, like a chapter following that would be really interesting. I think.
Yeah, it would. I'd like that, especially since the club president has very huge boobs. So more of her would be nice.
Yes. Yeah, get on it, Inashi.
Yeah, come on, man. So Nagatoro and her friends they come up with this dastardly scheme, to beat the club president, to defeat the club president and her insane sex appeal, like absolutely unstoppable sex appeal. They come up with their own plan, and they turn the art club, the second art club, into a BDSM parlor. where they dress up as the Toro cats, the famous Toro cats as seen from previous episodes, and basically just have Nagatoro, Yoshi, and Sakura just like bully people. And
excuse you, toy with,
yeah. So I gotta. Do you think they said they called it "Don't Toy with Me"? Miss Nagatoro, because they don't want bully to be in the title, because bullying is like a sensitive subject over here. I never
1,000%.
I never put it together until now. At least I don't think.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, maybe we talked about this before, and I'm just like completely spacing
I don't
it.
know if we've mentioned this before, but I've always been of the opinion that like, they definitely did that because bullying has like, obviously bullying has a negative stigma because bullying's bad, but like I think like the way it's used in like Japan, even though bullying is also a massive problem in Japan, versus how it's like used here in America, or even just like the West in general, is pretty different.
Yeah, like the United States in particular are pretty sensitive to bullying, and just
but it was pretty obvious, just like in the way they were using it. It's like, oh, I want Toro Cat to toy with me. I want her to toy with me.
Toy, like it's the
like,
title.
No one speaks like that.
The title "Don't Toy with Me, Miss Nagatoro." It just I don't really care much for it. That's why I'll go insufferable maximum weeb and just call it Ishira Naide. Even despite my my lack of Japanese comprehension. But yeah, you're right. They're toying with them. They're not bullying them. It is still a BDSM parlor.
No, you're spot on with that.
And it turns out that this high school that Senpai is at is actually prison school from Prison School. Anyone watch Prison School?
Yo, you read Prison School, my dude?
Actually no, but I know about it. I know of it.
You know about the ending of Prison School? That's a whole other podcast. There's a lot of podcasts in this podcast.
We've spoiled plenty of trash manga on this podcast before. We can spoil Prison School. If you don't want to listen to the spoilers of Prison School, then fucking, I don't know, like skip forward like 10 seconds. Oh god,
okay. Basically, so like Prison School is all about how like blah 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 these guys get sent to an all-girls school. There's like the student council president who's like
skip this, again, like, by the way.
Okay, yeah, keep skipping. Basically, okay, she hates men. She like puts them in prison because all the guys are horny bastards. Long story short, this guy has a crush on her sister, and her sister's like actually like super nice. The series goes on, and the entire point of the series is him like trying to like actually go on a date with her. He finally goes on a date with her at the very end of the series, like fucking like pisses all over her, and then she turns into her sister and like puts him back in prison. It's fucking hilarious.
What? Oh, wow.
If I actually gave you the explanation behind this, it would take way too long.
Skip
you'd
even
still
more.
You'd be saying what? Skip. Okay, we're done.
I gotta say, I do think it's really funny that every single time I mention a manga, you're like, oh yeah, I know that one. Every time, without fail.
I have too much free time at my job.
That's great.
That's great.
Well, I'm glad. It's nice to know that like these stories that I have only a cursory knowledge of, you just know off the top of your head. Do
yourself a favor, viewers. Read Prison School. It's something.
Yeah, give it a read, or just listen to Advanced Spoil It.
Is not the Prison School podcast.
Not yet. Maybe maybe. Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, I think we lost him.
Oh my god.
Let's Hey there.
What the fuck? You didn't stop. Did you stop? You didn't stop recording, right?
I'm still recording.
All right.
I'm still recording.
All right, it's insane.
You disconnected from Discord. I think we're good.
I think it updated or something.
Are you still recording?
It just crashed. Yeah, I'm still recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no audio was lost.
Yeah, thank goodness. Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Fucking the game. Not game. Anime.
Anime, yes.
Yeah, so she's like
Wrong
constantly
podcast.
She's constantly bullying or toying. My mistake. Sorry everyone. she's toying with all of these men to get them to watch or to look at the second art club's paintings.
Toying with toying with someone has such a different implication than like bullying.
Like say tease. Just say tease. Like I know there's another.
I think they didn't. Yeah, they don't want to like have overlap with Takagi.
But come on, dude. If you're watching Nagatoro, you probably know about Takagi-san. That's like the easy mode of Nagatoro. But you're right.
Wasn't Takagi like also like localized to like teasing master Takagi-san?
I think it's like skilled teaser Takagi-san, I believe.
Oh, that's even worse. That's so bad.
It's just a lot of names that they just don't translate well. It's it's how it is. But
fucking weeaboos, man.
So for the last episode, we finally get another fetish because I think that this event where Nagatoro is constantly teasing these other men and senpais getting complimented by these other women. This is for all you NTR fans out there. This is probably the closest the story will hopefully ever get to being NTR.
NTR Chads rise up. This is your time.
You get one, all right? You fucking get one.
You get one.
This is all you get.
But that's it. There's dojins for that, okay? That shit don't fly here.
Yeah. Can we talk about Gammo?
What about Gammo?
She is such a good friend. She like we talked about this before, but never before has it ever been clearer that Gammo's a sweetheart, and she just wants Nagatoro to be happy with
Gammo just ships them so incredibly hard.
She does.
I think
the
all
greatest
of
wingman
Nagatoro's
ever.
friends do. Absolutely.
Yeah, but Gammo seems to be like the one who calls most of the shots. Like pretty sure she's the one who came up with this idea in the first place.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, no, she tells Nagatoro to just go on break and do whatever you want, haha. While they run the shop for a bit, it's very nice. And there's another part later on where she encourages Yoshi to say something at a certain point, and it's also really cute. I heard this headcanon someone mentioned that I hope I haven't talked about this before. Some like headcanon someone had that Yoshi likes Gammo. I don't know if this...
You definitely have not mentioned that before.
I haven't? Okay.
No.
I don't know if there's any... There's definitely like nothing to really like substantiate that, but there's like... I think that's kind of cute. That's a cute little game theory for you.
Yeah, I don't think there's really been anything in like the manga or anime.
I don't know
any of the source material that would like suggest that. I think that's if you're somehow getting that vibe from something, you're reading way and I mean way too hard into like anything. And I think, like I said, there's like nothing that supports that. But
this is
it's just not really what you want.
Yeah, it's just not really that kind of story, but still cute.
Cute.
Yes. I also want to mention that the guy from the gamer club, he's like one of the only characters, auxiliary characters that has like an actual face.
That's true.
Isn't that weird?
That's actually now that you mention it, I hadn't thought of that before, but he's like the most recurring character like outside of like the club president.
It's weird. It might just be because he has glasses and they have to draw those on, but like it makes his face a lot less jarring than like the actual eyeless people. Excuse me, the actual people, the people who have like no eyes or whatever. Like even like the club president or the class. God damn! Are you fucking kidding me?
No, you said it right. You said it right.
I did. I know.
We have a counter on screen for the amount of times that you fucked this up.
I don't want to do that. That's a lot of work.
Oh, God, come on, man. It's the last episode.
So the class president doesn't have a face either, and I really like. Come on, guys, just give her a fucking face.
Even though she has, we've seen her in like the past. I think she's appeared.
Yeah, she showed up in the last episode, but she shows up again because she's taking the president's free speech away.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a conflict here. And they
Finally.
get a lot more into this than they really do in the manga.
So
because in the manga, essentially, like,
talk about it.
I mean, you can go into it.
Yeah, all right, sure. In the original manga, basically, up to this point, this episode has been like almost like 100% accurate. But once the president gets shut down by the student body, it takes like a completely different direction, and it does that thing that they do a lot, where they extrapolate on events and flesh them out a little more to pad the runtime is a little harsh, I think, but you know.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Were you a little weirded out by all the other like student council members, like Hitler, like Nazi saluting?
That was weird. I don't think I wrote that down, but I remember that. Yeah,
they go like she like yells public morals, and then they all repeat public morals, and they all raise their right arm straight up.
Yeah, I mean, I think,
little odd, just a little strange. Just throwing that out there.
I think there's a no, that's definitely just Nazi shit. Well, I assume they just figured it was valid, because the Nazis were like fascists, and fascists are like Puritans and all that jazz. So it makes sense.
Of all the Puritans to associate yourself with, though.
Well, they got the armbands, so it was already.
True.
And these are ostensibly the villains of the show. So why not make them Nazis?
I guess.
But yeah, they
are red armbands, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Fuck. So yeah, they pretty much send the club president to the principal's office for being naughty, and take her and shut down her club is basically what they do. And in the manga, this is kind of where the conflict ends. Like, the joke is that, oh, she got shut down because she's too hot. Haha, we win, you lose. And reading it again, it's pretty mean. I as we said earlier in the episode, I agree. I like what the anime does with this a lot more, because instead of Nagatoro and her friends and senpai all like cheering this clear violation of her rights, just cheering on, they instead, at the behest of senpai, I'm pretty sure, right? He's the one who kind of spearheads this, which it makes sense.
He's the one that first like walks into the room.
Yeah. So basically they stick up for her, and pretty much try to get her painting back up in the festival. And this is really good. This is all anime original, but it's really good.
Yeah, this is one of the I think two big parts of this episode that are anime original. I think add a lot to the series.
Yes. The part I liked a lot was Gamo telling having Yoshi pretty much just speak for herself for once. I think it's one of the only times she ever does it, and she can barely make it out. It makes her. It kind of recontextualizes her character for me, because she's like constantly repeating stuff that other people are saying. But now that she's finally talking on her own, she's like clearly very shy and not comfortable about it, but she does it anyway because she needs to, and Gamma wants her to. It just kind of, like the constant parroting isn't really like she's dumb per se, although she probably is a little dumb, but more just like she prefers to be in other people's shadows, which it's nice. I like that. I like that addition to her character that I don't think is in the manga, at least not in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
It's but yeah, no, the scene was really great.
Yeah, no, I think it added a lot to like flesh out just like how he feels about her, like the president.
Yeah, because it is. I mean, as Senpai is like a spineless guy. Like, he doesn't like, He doesn't like
Confrontation.
Confrontation, but it does seem weird that in the manga he would just sort of let this happen to her, even if it means he wins the contest. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I like it. I like what they did in the manga or the anime a lot more. There's
massive improvement.
And the conflict is resolved essentially because they get they don't get it back 100%, but they manage to reinstate her club status, I believe, right?
What I don't quite get what you mean by that.
Like she gets to still present her drawing.
Oh yeah. I think she still gets to present it, but she has to like give them a report. I think on something.
Right. Yeah, she needs
how people received it, something
to
like
fill
that.
out like you must fill out a form and say that you were not turned on by this, or something like that.
Yes.
It's like this did not make you hard. It's like no, it did not. Check. And then they're just like, okay, well, she still needs to get into the bunny costume, and then she does, and it's fucking sick.
Yeah, no, I mean that's not related to the art. That's just like what she's doing in her free time.
Well, no, because they're the ones who get her to Nagatoro and her friends. Are the ones
they're doing it as a punishment because they
still won.
They don't like necessarily get anything if they win. So this was them being like, okay, well, you lost, so you were gonna take something away from us, and then what do we get from you?
And she comes into the club room just being like, this is very demeaning, and I hate it, but I actually love it.
Yeah, no, she's a bit of a masochist. She's okay with it. It brings out her artistic expression.
Yeah, exactly. It's just another trial that she needs to overcome.
Yes.
Wink. And of course, this leads to another one of those misunderstandings. I think it's supposed to parallel the one from last episode, but this time it's just played for laughs.
It's played for laughs, and because she starts taking off the bunny girl outfit, right in front of Senpai, and then Nagatoro runs in and says, "No, stop!" And she pauses, and she's like, "It was just a joke." I don't think it was a joke. I think she was being completely serious.
Well, it wouldn't be the first.
I think she just did not care at all. It would not be.
But would she lie about it being a joke too?
I think she would to Nagatoro.
Oh, okay, fair enough. One thing I want to point out is this, like, probably one of the funniest lines I've ever heard Senpai say in this entire show. Is like in the middle of the scuffle. I don't know if you caught this, but in the middle of like that joke scuffle when Nagatoro jumps in, you can barely hear it. But the subtitles caught it, and it's just like Senpai saying, "Don't touch my glasses." That's it.
Oh yeah.
That I was just watching this with like kind of like leaning back and like looking at it, side eyeing it or whatever. Like the way I sit down in my chair is fucking weird. Like I was just relaxed watching it, and I saw him say that, and I fucking lost it because you do not go between a man and his glasses. All right, you touch those glasses, you're gonna smudge them, and then he has to clean them again. I would know. It's a pain in the ass. So yeah, don't touch his glasses. I just thought that was really funny because he's like so quiet. It's so quiet. Like he's just like don't touch this.
It's a bit of an interesting reaction after that. Yeah. He has nothing else to say than just like, could you get off my glasses, please?
He's like, don't touch them, please.
Yeah.
I say as I'm cleaning my glasses right now. And then it's the class president like admiring all the drawings. Now Vange, I want you to picture this. Instead of all these drawings Senpai made of Nagatoro, just imagine it's all of our thumbnails. Do you think my thumbnails were made with love?
I think all of our thumbnails were made with love. Love for Nagatoro, just like Senpai.
Just like Senpai. I'm glad we agree. And this is kind of where the episode ends. But I also want to point out one more cute thing Yoshi does, where she just speaks in English. It's just like a thing she does now. She never did it before.
She speaks in German a lot. Yeah. She says a lot of German phrases.
Is that just in the manga?
I think it's a couple times in the anime they do it when she.
Oh, okay. Because it would make
they have when she does it.
Because that would make sense if it was in the manga. Because if you translate, you're translating the text to English. If she did say English in the original, it'd be kind of awkward. So maybe they would just change it to German. But yeah, I think she says like she's like amazing or something like that. I don't know. It's just always cute when they have people who don't speak English say like an English phrase like that like that one character in Tokimeki Memorial.
Yes. Yeah.
So fun. It's very good. And
very, very.
That's where it ends. Or
except
is it?
Or is it?
Or is it?
Because just like your favorite Marvel movie, we've got a post-credit scene.
We do. We get a post-credit scene, and this is better than any fucking stupid Marvel bullshit post-credit scene.
This is the cherry on top, the coup de grace. This is what the
coup de grace.
The coup de grace. Yes, this is what the whole anime has been leading up to.
People have been clawing, chomping at the bit, wondering where the scene was gonna be, because this particular scene, it happens very early in the story, but was suspiciously cut out of where it would be in the in the anime. So people got to thinking, where could the scene possibly be?
Yes, and I think I had something to say when they cut that scene initially. That I was disappointed that it it left out character growth. But I'm taking back what I said.
Do we have a take backsies?
I'm happy. We've got to take backsies, if that's what you want to call it. Yeah, I think they made the right decision because allowing the growth. Because like it makes the comment at the time. Nagatoro makes the comment at the time that like, oh well, like when you can finally like draw something that like you're proud of showing me. Not exactly that, but something to that effect. Like I'll give you a reward. And at the time, he really isn't able to draw something that like he like really expresses like how he feels about her. And she doesn't give him she doesn't like actually kiss him. She like I don't know like does I don't even remember what she does, but she doesn't kiss him.
She puts his her hand to
she puts her hand
to his mouth.
And now he finally senpai has conquered his feelings for her in some way or another, and he finally like draws a really adorable drawing of her while she's asleep on like the couch in the art club room. And we see her asleep, and she like briefly wakes up, sees him drawing, and just has like an adorable smile as she like sees him like focusing, and then she falls back asleep, finishes the drawing, sees it. He's finally like done a good job, leans in for the kiss. It's so cute. This is something that like the manga can't really have, because that would like it shows like a really like obviously like development in the relationship that can't really be there, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
But like holy shit, I'm satisfied.
Yeah. And it's not even like a full on kiss. It's just a peck on the cheek.
It's just a peck on the cheek, but like that's all you need.
Us Nagatoro, anyone, just like insert that picture of the Joker where it's like you wouldn't get it, but a kiss on the cheek. Oh man,
look,
everyone
like
popping off.
Meme about like fucking like popping a boner over like holding someone's hand and shit like that. Nah, son.
Peck on the cheek.
We kissing in this manga. We kissing in this anime. Fuck yeah.
Exactly. It's
get bent, Redditors.
It was except for all of you Chads on r/Nagatoro, of course.
Yes, you true Nagatoro Chads. You and you alone cannot get bent.
I couldn't think of a better way to end this season of anime. Now, I'm thoroughly satisfied with this adaptation. It's pretty much it's everything I wanted out of the story and more. Just very cute all the way through. Doesn't overstay its welcome whatsoever. Give it I always fucking rate anime this. Like there's a lot of animes I'll give this score for some reason, but I'll give it an 8. Give it an 8 out of 10. It was really good.
How bold, how brave.
The classic 8 out of 10. That's what they called me in college.
I can only imagine what that means. But I don't know. Rating anime is hard. Rating seasonal rom-com anime is even harder.
That's the thing. It's like I would never.
God forbid because what? God forbid I like rate this on the same scale that I'd rate like a Gurren Lagann, where I'd call that a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, this is better than the Tatami Galaxy. I'll say that. I'll say it.
I agree. Tatami Galaxy, get out of here. Hey, sit down.
All right. Actually, relax. Actually,
chill.
Yeah. We're joking. Okay.
In terms of on the scale of seasonal rom-com anime out of 10, I think this is a solid like an 8.5. Yeah, it's pretty up there. For what they could do with the source material, I think they couldn't have done a better job.
Yeah, I agree. It's
unlike other recent manga adaptations, I'm very satisfied.
Like what?
Way of the House Husband.
House Husband,
a very obvious one.
I thought you were talking about that other one that was like new. Record of Ragnarok, I think.
I mean that's same deal.
Okay,
also horrible. Fuck you, Netflix. But on a side note, for manga chads, staying winning. Have you read? You have any interest in Chainsaw Man?
Yeah, I heard it got an anime, or it's getting an anime.
It's getting an anime, and the teaser trailer dropped earlier today. This morning, I believe. And if you've seen that, oh boy, I legitimately think that's going to be like a modern masterpiece.
Hopefully, I should probably read it soon.
Like the way people talk about and have talked about FMA Brotherhood for the past 8 years is how people are going to be talking about Chainsaw Man. I think for the next couple years.
Hopefully,
I'm so
Mappa
excited for that.
Pulls it off. What has Mappa done lately?
Jujutsu Kaisen, the new Attack on Titan season, which people don't really like.
Everyone watch a
lot of that.
The it's not weekly, right? It's a monthly podcast that Jim does. The Jujutsu Kaisen podcast.
I don't know. I don't really keep up on Jim, friend of the show's podcasts.
Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can find this.
It's so weird that you call him Jim.
I just think it's funny. King Protus. He's also the host of the Joe Kakaka podcast, where they review JoJolion. It might even be on the same. Yeah, it is. It's on the same channel. Joe Kakaka channel in the description. If you read JoJolion or Jujutsu Kaisen, you have no reason not to listen to this podcast. Because Jim, holder of amazing takes such as 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is game of the year. He won't steer you wrong. He won't steer you wrong.
I'll talk some shit. He had some shit to say about Jujutsu Kaisen before he actually read it, and then as soon as he started reading it, he turned his shit around.
Well, there you go then.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
It'll turn the haters.
Yeah. Yeah. So that just means stick with them.
That's true. But check out Chainsaw Man anime when that airs for all you manga heads.
Whenever that
I don't know. Is there a podcast in the future?
Okay.
Do I smell a podcast?
Yes. Well, we've been putting off ending this thing because we don't want to say goodbye.
I don't want to.
We don't want.
That's true.
We don't want to say goodbye to all of you Nagatoro heads, and with a no announcement of a second season in sight, we might never see each other again, unless. I might have just come up with a little scheme.
Just came up with
just now,
spot,
never
right
before.
Now, never talked about before. After every single episode of this podcast,
never talked about it before. Never alluded to it once in this podcast, folks. It's time. It's time in the near future. Get excited for the Nagatoro State of the Union. It won't be next week. Probably won't even be the week after. Or even 3 weeks from now. But in the future, me and Avange will return to discuss all of Nagatoro up to the current chapter that is airing. We will be discussing all the events that the anime hasn't covered. because we got like another 50
Not that
or
we
so.
haven't already.
Yeah, well, you can like tell when we came up with this idea when we stopped just liberally talking about or spoiling events later on in the story.
Well, speak for yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna up to whatever the recent chapter is at the time. We're currently in the middle of what seems to be a pretty big arc, so I feel apprehensive about just doing a podcast right now, because imagine if we did the State of the Union like 2 chapters ago. It would have completely changed our tune.
I think we're gonna have to wait until like the current arc is over.
Yeah, but if anything, that just gives all of you anime watchers time to catch up. Now, you may think that you can just start from whatever the anime ended and read from there. And, I did that for One Piece, but the hypocrite I am, start from the beginning and just read. Just read the chapters. And having seen the anime, you'll be able to point out differences, of which there are many. I think this episode, if any, has proven that.
Yeah, if you've been anime only and you really have been like, you either don't really read a lot of manga, I do think it's really worth going back, and
it's
if
easy.
If you're interested in seeing the rest of the story, start from the beginning. There's a lot of nice things to see. The art's great too, just like seeing her expressions in the anime versus the manga, and then get caught up. Because I think if you've liked where the anime's gone up till now, you'll really like where the manga's going.
Yeah. It's a really breezy read too, right?
Yeah, no, it's easy, it's enjoyable, it's easy breezy, but that's a different anime.
Oh yeah. As for other projects, I don't want to say too much, but there's another manga that me and Avange have been reading that we would love to talk about sometime. Again, boy indeed.
Boy indeed.
I don't again, I don't know when this will happen, but this is not the last you've seen of me and Avange, needless to say. We will be back, and better than ever.
We will return, but only when the world needs us most.
Mm. That said, thank you all. Before we sign off, I just want to thank you for actually listening to the podcast.
In the actual literal most sincere sense, yeah. If you've been here with us for all 12 of these episodes, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Especially you, that one commenter that wrote this massive response to one of our episodes.
Yes.
I think Tech liked it or replied to it. Maybe, I don't know. But I don't make content, and I don't usually read the comments, but thank you. That kind of response to this shit is really cool.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Very, very much appreciate it. I sent Avenge the comment and all that jazz. I'm just checking this. Our freaking first podcast has 500 views. Isn't that insane? This is on the some of these podcast episodes have more views than my main some of my main channel videos, which is very funny to me.
Look, you can always pivot your channel into a seasonal anime channel.
If I've learned anything, it's the follow where the money goes.
True.
But all right, we're belaboring. We're belaboring.
I don't want to say goodbye. I don't want to let go.
But it isn't goodbye. It's just a new beginning. It's like, you know how Fullmetal Alchemist, the 2003 show, it just ends. It ends on a bit of a downer, and then there's that movie, The Conqueror Shambhala. Just get excited for Nagatoro every week, The Conqueror Shambhala. All right, it's coming. All right, it's okay. That's more.
That's what we're calling the episode. That's what we're doing. You can't take it back.
I'm kind of tempted to.
Oh, we had such a good name for it. Now you just ruined it.
We kind of, we have time to mull it over.
Yeah, we can workshop it.
Yeah. All right. Goodbye,
Okay.
everyone.
Goodbye.